All right, in my studio today, we have guests from Danielson Main Street Incorporated, now with a new name, the Killingly Business Association. And Mike Teed is here today, and Mike is the co-owner and head brewer for Black Pond Brews. And he's getting ready to set up shop right here in downtown Danielson in the facility that houses Danielson Adventure Sports, 21 Furnace Street, right across from Busquets Appliance, and some exciting things happening. Of course, we all love Don Dauphiné, and he's doing a great job there. And just kind of breaking out some new things happening. And Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Gary. How's it going?
Excellent. I see you wearing your Woodstock shirt on. Tell me about
That's right. I got to represent the local. I went to Woodstock Academy. I'm proud to be an alum there. So.
Graduated what year?
05.
Isn't it cool what's happening with the basketball team?
It's awesome.
So exciting.
It really is.
The whole region is like is just following this like dream team and what's happening here in Woodstock, making history, and it's really exciting. So again, Mike Teed, Woodstock Academy, class of 2005. After graduation, what'd you do? Where'd you go?
Just kind of hopped around all over the place. I went to UConn, got my bachelor's in anthropology there. Mm-hmm. Then went to Durham University in England, got my master's in Roman archaeology there. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of working on my PhD right now, and also working for Horizons as a support coordinator. And as if I didn't have too many things to do, I also have started a brewery with my really close friend, who's also a Woodstock alum, Corey Smith. So
a brewery,
yeah, a brewery. We hope to be the first and only quiet corner brewery called Black Pond Brews. We've been brewing for a number of years now. Won a lot of awards for our beers, and we finally made the jump to pro, so to speak, recently.
Gee, you just said something that just made me think for a second. Yeah, there's not a brewery in northeastern Connecticut. Why is that? Why has that passed us over?
I know it's just one of those things, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do it so badly. Is that we both love the quiet corner. We love, being around here and being from here. But as much as we love it, it tends to be a little too quiet sometimes. And so we wanted to bring,
we need a brewery. Come on.
Exactly. So, we decided to go for it about, a little less than a year ago. At least, I'm submitting all the stuff. So even right now, we're still not able to sell any beer yet because we're still getting our license from the state. But the nice thing is that we can give samples. We can do a lot of different things.
Is that a difficult and or a ponderous process, the licensing?
Very much so. Yeah.
So just a lot of hurdles, and just keep checking it off on the list, and eventually you'll get to the finish line.
Exactly.
Okay.
So.
Now, I'm sure in the brewery community, I would assume that when a brewery like yours starts up, the locals must cling on to it first and say, "This is great. We got our own beer." Is that kind of how it goes, and then you grow from there?
Yeah, and but our big thing, from the inception, we're as much as we love like the big breweries and stuff, we're big fans of like Sam Adams or bigger breweries now. Sam Adams really kind of falls into that category at this point.
Is that like the holy grail for you guys just starting out? You're like, look what happened to this guy.
Well, yes and no, but I mean, yes in the sense that it's great to be successful. No in the sense that we want to keep it kind of local and bring people to the area as well. Like I mentioned, we're really excited about the area, and we there's so much to like about this area that we want to just kind of keep it local. We don't want to get so big so that we have production facilities all over the country. And I mean, granted, that's a pretty grandiose thing anyway to strive for, but we want to keep it kind of local and keep.
That's what I love about your vision is obviously you're passionate about making beer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you got that down. You got that down. So you got that going all day. But you're also passionate about, hey, come on, why don't we have our own local brewery here in northeastern Connecticut? And you know what? We're going to make that happen. So I love that. I love the spirit that you have here, which is really, really good. So Black Pond Brews, why the name Black Pond? How'd this come about?
It's actually the pond up in Woodstock.
Yeah.
So we, obviously we went to Woodstock Academy. We, both Corey and I had some good times like, fishing and doing some kind of local things there. And so we actually started brewing up in Woodstock when we first started to get into it. We were given like one of those little homebrew kits, and we immediately fell in love with it. So, and then we just, moved down to Brooklyn and have been brewing down there and in the Danielson area.
You've been brewing under that name again for how long?
Pretty much since we started. So about 3 years ago. So.
Any accolades along the way or reviews? What are people saying about your beer?
People are really excited about it. We have we've won a bunch of awards. We've been submitting our beers to like nationally certified competitions for pretty much as soon as we could get our beer into bottles and send it out to places. And the four main beers that we're going to be doing are we have the Israel Putnam Brown Ale. We have another local homage to a local
absolutely.
individual. The CT Uncommon, the Connecticut Uncommon. It's like our closest equivalent to a pale ale. We have the Razor Blades IPA. I don't know if you know what IPA is, Gary, but it's a really bitter and strong beer, and ours has got a really nice hot punch to it. And then we also have the Machu Picchu, which has won the most awards for us, and it's a jalapeno beer.
Really?
Believe it or not, yes.
Now, I had the pleasure of being one of the judges at the Harmonies and Hops event, and we're going to talk about that coming up this year also in a second. But last year, a great event in downtown Danielson, kind of an awesome vision of Don Dauphiné. So he asked me to be one of the judges. I was at Gil Simmons was there from Channel 8, and interesting. I've judged not beer before, but I've judged food themed fudge contests, chocolate and stuff at the Woodstock Fair, spam at the Woodstock Fair.
Nice.
I've judged all this. So going in, I was like, this should be fun. And there were a lot of beers. I was blown away with how many beers. I think I don't know. There were 20 or 30 beers. Some crazy enough, just a little bit. You tasted a little bit.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what. There wasn't one loser in the batch. There wasn't one that made me want to spit it out, which is I was kind of expecting. Every one was good.
Yeah, and it's really tough. I mean, the competition these days, in any of the competitions that you submit to, is really tough because everybody's putting their full effort into it and making some really good beer. So it's one of the things that we're most excited about is because, I'll be judging with you as well on the Harmonies and Hops thing. So.
Give me the details for the event, Mike.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't heard about it before, this year the Harmonies and Hops celebration will be Danielson Main Street, so Main Street and Furnace Street in downtown Danielson. It's going to be Saturday, May 4th from 10 to 6 p.m. And during the day, there's going to be a lot of stuff for families. We're having a tie-dye tea making thing from up top screen printing. We're gonna have a make a cupcake from Riley's, a pizza eating contest. But the thing that I'm most excited about are two things. One is we're gonna have a beer and wine tasting. It's gonna be like a tent kind of thing from 2 to 6. Tickets are gonna be $20 to that, and you can get tickets through Northeast Wine and Spirits, through Danielson Venture Sports, and also through us for that. But also at the door. And then the other thing that I'm most excited about is this homebrew competition that we're talking about.
And they're going to have bands and everything, and there'll be food. And the event is free. It's free to go and listen to the music. If you want to do the beer and wine thing, it's $20 for that, and well worth it, too. And I know you have a real passion to feature Connecticut wineries and breweries at this competition, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. So at the beer tasting, the beer and wine tasting, we're going to have as many just kind of like Connecticut breweries and wineries and distilleries at this event. So because we really just hammered on for about 20 minutes about local. Yeah. That's what we want to do for this one. So it'll be a nice draw to get we've been in talks to Willimantic Brewing Company and Thomas Hooker, both of which are Connecticut-based breweries. And in addition to ourselves, we have Lost Elm, who used to be based in Woodstock, but now are out in Stafford. Shabeen Brewing, also another Connecticut brewery. So.
And and I think there will be a sense of local pride too to have a beer that's truly is homegrown here in northeastern Connecticut. I think about Taylor Brook Wineries and how our region has embraced Taylor Brook Wineries and what they've done there, and I'm sure they'll do the same thing for your brewer.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, which is awesome. How many? Do you happen to know offhand approximately how many breweries are there in the state of Connecticut?
Ooh, in the state of Connecticut, that's a good question, Gary. Not off the top of my head, but growing very quickly. I do know. I think we have something like, I don't know, maybe 10, somewhere between 10 and 15 that are established. They have their licenses and everything.
And wineries, a good number of wineries as well.
Yeah, quite a few. Way more wineries than we do have breweries.
Yeah. So that is really exciting. And, man, talk about ground floor. You are listening to the ground floor. Who knows? This could be the next Sam Adams. And, boy, Mike, this is just really exciting stuff, and we wish you big success. Obviously passionate about brewing great beer and passionate about, putting northeastern Connecticut on the map when it comes to homebrewed beer.
That's
and
right.
This is good stuff. So when do you think you'll be opening at 21 Furnace Street?
Hopefully sooner rather than later. It's really up to the state to process our paperwork and get all that stuff done. So we're looking at something like 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
And describe your vision. Give me the virtual tour of what's coming.
It's pretty small at this point.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of doing everything by hand. You know, we design the system ourselves and everything else like that. So it's going to be pretty small, but we're going to start out at first, kegging everything and just having it available at the local bars and restaurants and things, and then pretty soon we'll have bottles out to everybody as well, and just hit up local package stores. So.
Awesome. So look for Black Pond Brews, and again coming to 21 Furnace Street in Danielson, and also very much involved in Harmonies and Hops on Saturday, May 4th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. downtown Danielson. Most of it happening over by Busquets and Furnace Street in that area. Beer and wine tasting event is $20. The event is free. If you want to do the beer and wine tasting, it's just $20, and tickets available at Danielson Adventure Sports, Northeast Wine and Spirits, of course, at the door, and we'll tell you more about that too as we get closer. The homebrew competition starting at 3 p.m. I'll be happy to judge that again with you, Mike, and learn a little bit more about this stuff too. Also, what's your website address? Where do we go to learn more about you guys?
You can check us out at www.blackpondbrews.com, and a link to our Facebook page.
All right,
so.
Awesome job, Mike. A pleasure meeting you today.
Yeah, thanks
have
for
a wonderful
having me,
day.
You too.
Danielson Main Street Incorporated with their new name, the Killingly Business Association. Good things are happening, like Black Pond Brews coming soon to 21 Furnace Street in downtown Danielson. Your most accurate local forecasters.